Welcome everybody to Wallaby Tier 4. It is a new tier and it is the opening round of the season. As we see some drivers don't need to leave the pits at the moment. That is Matty Skills, one of the owners. We've got three owners here tonight. We've got Kirko, Goffey and Matty Skills all racing alongside, obviously two of them in the Mercedes. So we'll see how they go tonight. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear and there's no lag or anything at all. Yep, so we're good at the moment. The drive 48, okay, the Cub. So at the moment he is on an outlap. We will get on board with him when he does his flying lap. Anyone else that's leaving the pits at the moment, we are gonna get the...
Thank you for your patronage.
The Cub coming around the final sector. He has got the hash behind him, so I think he will be the first one out on a lap. Oh no, it will be an Alpine. This looks like Iconic Skittles will be the first one to go have a lap, but we're going to have a look at the Cub as he starts his lap right now. Brakes hard, drops down to second. Obviously on the medium tyre to set a banker lap. Didn't scrub those in too much. Brakes hard into turn 7. Just really getting the car rotated nice and early. Braking, hitting a very nice apex. As we go onto the St. Andrew Street, just before the Anderson Bridge. He's got a little bit of traffic ahead. Oh, and there's Dark Phoenix in the wall. Oh boy, there's a Red Bull out already. And that is Kano's brother that's in the wall. He's done a George Russell, so Left 4 Dead won't be very happy with that at the moment. And that is 1 out of 2 Red Bull gone already in qualifying. Oh, just making sure he doesn't exceed track limits there. So we did have a hot lap request from Paulie, but he's still in the pits at the moment. Skittles goes fastest with a 130.2. Obviously dropping down from tier 3 to a full-time Alpine seat and a duck puncher. But this pass right on the back of his tail. Little Casper will go on board with him. He's in the final sector. He's in the Alpine. A duck. Obviously, we've lost 4 corners of this track since we were here in Season 5, which has overall reduced the lap time by about 7 seconds. The Marina section grandstand has been cut out, and we have a new turn 16, which creates another overtaking opportunity, as it is 6/10 between Skittles and Matty Skills, as Little Casper is 2 seconds off the leader, but we don't know how long we have to go. We've got 13 minutes, and there's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and it looks like it's the Haas slowing down here of M-Bomb. Or it's Felty Rabbit, sorry. And all of this contacts in qualifying, it's not the stuff you want to really be doing. So we've still got a few drivers in the pits. Obviously, two Williams in the pits, and Damo and F1 original Paulie. Both my drivers are in the pits at the moment. We've got a reserve in Felsey tonight for Aston, obviously under the Cub as his TP, and the Cub goes P3 with his lap, so puts himself up onto the second row. Still 1.2 seconds behind. It is a big gap between P1 and P2, so got a Haas coming into the pit lane. No, he's slowing down on the straight. It looks like he's got fine on field. Is there anyone else on a lap we see? It looks like most of them are going to start coming to the pit. There is Casper coming in. Kirko, is he starting a lap? He's also coming in. This McLaren on a lap. It's Zachary. He's run out of battery, so it doesn't look like he's pushing very hard. Is he coming in? Yes, he is coming in. There's a Ferrari also in Sector 3. This could be Meowcat. It is. He comes across the line and goes up to P4. That was an astonishing lap from Meowcat. And it puts him up on the second row alongside the Aston. Goffey looking to see where the Ferraris can go tonight. Obviously, Maney is looking for the Ferraris as well as their Tier 3 driver driving tonight alongside Birdie. But as Goffey comes out on an out lap now, still the both Williams are in the pits. So we're going to ride along with Goffey. You want to start turning your battery on about now. Yes, he has. So he's off. In that SF23. Want to get as wide as you can, turn one, miss. Don't get on the curb. Get as close as you can to the turn 3, all the way down as we make the right-hander into turn 5. Probably could have gone a bit wider on the exit. We'll see if he can crack into the 32s here. Because that's what times he said he's trying to get to. He's gone purple sector 1, not sure how accurate that is. That is on soft tyres as well. So let's look at the tyres. So the Cub sets his best lap on the medium tyre, so which explains that he's got a lot of pace if it does get to a soft tyre territory. Something happened in the last corner. I don't know, it's just an Aston coming to the pit lane in Felsey. So let's see where Goffey can put this one. He's coming through the final sector. Obviously, there's AlphaTauri, bit of traffic, but the AlphaTauri is coming in the pit lane. So Paulie comes out of the pits. Obviously, probably looking for see where you can put this the Haas as well. A lot of action happening in Sector 2 as the track map shows. Both Alpines are there. At the moment it looks like Skittles might be moving up to Tier 2 and Tier 3 next week. But we'll see how he goes over the course of a race distance. But at the moment we'll see Original Paul, and we have had a hot lap request for Original Paul, so let's go and ride along with him. In his number 15 Williams. Obviously hoping to put that car somewhere tonight. I do believe that Paulie is no assist, so let's see how he goes. Into turn 7 we come. Just wanting to not get on that outside curb as much as you can. Turning in sharply for turn 8. As he comes down the Nicole Highway. Now this is the tricky technical section here. The old famous Singapore sling. Wanting to dart across back to the right, avoiding the curb, Hopefully he tries to stay flat out as much as possible, but he doesn't. He goes about 75%, wanting to throw the car in, be as smooth as possible, use all the track on the exit to get a nice run down Esplanade Drive, all the way up into turn 14. Oh, he locks up the rears a little bit. That might ruin his lap, but he's going to keep going. Sorry about that. I think the screen just went offline for a second. No, we didn't see what happened to you and Bomb. I think I heard you did get blocked, but Skittles does go almost a second between the two drivers on the front row. That probably brings it up to P10. So obviously there's still more time to be found between these guys. Oh, and there's Damo! Where's he gone? Oh, he's gone to the wall, just like Dark Phoenix. As his car disappears. Hang on, I'm just gonna have to see what's going on with the stream. Is the stream up? Just live stream. Yep, it is up. I'm just gonna attempt to reconnect. So yeah, Zachary goes purple sector 2. He is currently on a flyer. So we are good yet. Okay, Zachary now coming through the final sector. As he looks like he's going to come to the pits now. He's going to continue with this lap. And he's going to put it up to P8. Just alongside new champ on the 4th row. Now, 5 minutes to go in the session. This is the time we'll start to see most drivers come into the pits for their final run. Lowest fuel possible. And really drive at 100% in qualifying. We see Meowcat now on an outlap. So whoever's out on an outlap right now, this will be their final run. Unless they do have 5 laps of fuel on the car, which means they can do a push lap, a cool down lap, and another push lap right at the death. So we'll see. So he'll be the first one out of these drivers. We're going to start off here with Ferrari. There's a Haas in the background as well. So Goffy's teammate Meowcat, let's see where he can put this lap. Goes down to second. Oh, something's happened here. There's an Alfa Romeo. Was that an Alfa Romeo? I think so. That's Pumpkin. Might have just been getting out the way of some of the drivers. And War Machine puts it up and may have challenged. He's 4/10 off Skittles and sets an absolute wonderful, fantastic lap for the McLaren TP. Driver will be very happy with that. As Meowcat's still on his lap. Oh, the two Hasses are pretty close for comfort. They're both on flying laps. It looks like they've both used battery. Is it? Yes, they have. So they might have gotten in each other's way. It's not something you'd want as a TP. There's most people in the pits, but Meowcat now to finish off his lap into turn 16. Very nicely done. Straight back on the throttle. He's just got to throw the car into these last 2 corners. Not get too much on the curb, and he does those 2 corners superbly and puts himself up to P4 on the 2nd row. Oh, Paulie's now retired from the session. What has happened here? Oh, he's just retired in the pits, it looks like. And both my drivers are out of qualifying. It's not what you want to see when you're commentating, sorry, and both your drivers are retired. But we've got 2 minutes left in the session. We're not going to be accepting any more hot laps, but we will see the first person of this train coming on, and it looks like it is Goffey to start his lap first. So after winning the championship, oh, he gets out the way. Oh, he's just warming up his tyres, ready for his final run. He's let the Alpine past here, and that is in the pits. And it's Casper that's behind, or in front now. So Casper's going to be the first one, but we've already looked at Goffey. We've looked at Casper. So we're actually going to have a look at Pumpkin as he is on his lap at the moment. So this will be his final run. Gets down to third. Doesn't look like he's going to be. This is going to be a wonderful time. He's already crossed 130. This might be in the 134s. He's gone 3/10 quicker, but still 4.5 seconds off the lead is Pumpkin. So currently, there's a big slide. Who else is on a lap here? New champ on a lap. We haven't ridden along with him before, but he's just finished his lap. So it's going to be P6 for him or lower. There's Aston coming around the final corner as he invalidates. So after Williams winning the Constructors overall last season, are going to be P13 and P18. Unless Goffey... Well, sorry, Pumpkins finishes lap. Kirko's in the pit, so he won't come out again. And so P13 and 18 for Williams confirmed. No one's going quicker out of that. So bottom 5 or bottom 7. And it's Iconic Skittles on pole by 4/10. War Machine P2. M-Bomb. We've still got some people finishing their laps. It's Goffey that goes up to P10. Some good stuff from him. We've also got another driver, that Casper, coming around the final corner. He goes wide, and he doesn't invalidate though. And he wasn't a push up anyway. We're going to go to Skillsy, who's spit slidey through turn 14. He's really got the power down now. For his final run, can he put this somewhere on the front row for Skillsy? Let's see. Let's roll along. 2 corners to come. The Mercedes TP. Where can he put it? That doesn't improve. And we have 2 Astons. The Cub coming around the final corner now as well. He keeps winning track numbers, goes up to the 3rd row in P6 alongside Matty Skills. So that might be it. So we've got Skills on pole position by 4/10 and War locking out the front row. Meowcat and M-Bomb on the 2nd row. Skillsy and the Cub on the 3rd row, as we have Red Bull P7, Casper P8 for Duck, Zachary P9, Ferrari TP, Goffey in P10. So we've got 11th now for Goffey. Overall, a very productive, as we're just going to run through the last 10. Zachary in P12, Paulie P11, Haas TP P14, Pumpkin P15, Kirko, Skillsy's teammate in P16, Felzy, Damo, and Phoenix, who crashed out in qualifying. So welcome along everybody to the Singapore Grand Prix. It is the opening round of Wallaby Season 6. We are here for Tier 4. The lights are on and the stage is set, and the drivers are ready for 31 laps around the Lion City. The track has changed a bit since we last came to Marina Bay. we've lost 4 corners and the lap length has been reduced to just over 5 kilometers. We have 19 corners, 12 to the left and 7 to the right. And 3 DRS zones. With the removal of the Marina Bay section, another overtaking opportunity emerges into turn 16. We have 3 tyre compounds for this Grand Prix. They are the softest compounds of the Pirelli range. The hard is the C3, the medium the C4, the soft is the C5. We should see most drivers on the mediums and the hard, but with the late chance of a safety car, we might see some hop on the softs. So we get to the starting grid now for the championship standings for Tier 4. So we've got in Alfa Romeo, Combo Ollie and Pumpkin Win. And for Alpha Tauri, we have Nutsy and Zachary. For Ferrari, the TP, Goffey and Meowcat hoping to get some points here today. Goffey starting at P11, Casper and Skittles. Skittles probably moving up to Tier 3. And Aston Martin, we've got the Cub and Lucky. At Haas, the TP, Felty Rabbit and M-Bomb. Hopefully they can do something with their drives tonight. Zachary and War Machine. War Machine starting on the front row can make some lead into turn 1. Skillsy and Kirko Skillsy probably hoping for a podium tonight. Phoenix and New Champ for Red Bull, the leading constructors from last season and Left 4 Dead. And the front two on the Williams is Paulie. And as we set off for the formation lap now, is going to be Iconic Skittles that leads this formation lap. Sorry, I forgot to switch to the live playback, but tyres, we need to be warm for here at the moment. They'll start weaving around, probably putting the brake bias up a little bit, trying to get heat onto those tyres. Obviously, the Singapore Grand Prix is quite a hot race in real life. Obviously, it's either the full 62 laps that I have or the 2-hour cut-off time if it doesn't get to the end of the race. Obviously, in 2022, where Sergio Perez took victory, they didn't go the whole 62 laps of the safety cars as well. But the strategy tonight, we'll see what tyres everyone has on. So most drivers, like we said before, opting for that C4 or C3 compound on the hards and the mediums. Ferrari on the medium tyre, the only one in the top 5, as well as the Cub in P6. Zachary and Goffey in P10 and 11, as well as Felty all on the mediums. So we've got 19 cars here in Tier 4, the first Tier 4 race of the season, and the first Tier 4 race of Wallaby history. So hopefully it is a very exciting one, as most drivers start to line up on the grid now. We know Maddie trying to get those tyres warm, as well as we see the cars at the front start. Oh, there's almost a little bit of touchy at the front. It's almost like someone's going to knock over the Jenga blocks at a Christmas party. But here we go, Skittles lining up, War Machine on the front row. We'll see how he can get the lead in turn 1. Obviously, he's got the inside line, but he is on the other side of the track. Obviously, Skittles is on the scrubbier side, so he should get the better launch off the line. But we'll see how Meowcat does also in P3 as well. Kirko disqualified. So, everyone, we've got 19 cars here to race. And we have 5 red lights. They were held a long time, but it's lights out and away we go. War Machine gets off the line, but Meowcat as well. Storming into P2 already is Meowcat along the line. We turn left-handed into turn 3. It's Skittles that leads from Meowcat in the Ferrari, and then it's the McLaren and the Haas as well. Skillsy at the back. We're going to turn right-handed into turn 5. Down the Rappel Boulevard we come. It's Meowcat has already gained 1 place on those tyres, as Pumpkin 5 seconds for corner cutting already. So Meowcat's making those medium compounds work to glory at the moment. We're going to see how many places were gained on the start. And Damo is up 6 positions. The Williams up in P11 and 12 already. Obviously, Nutsy was involved in some sort of incident at the back. But we'll see how they go. We're already into the Singapore Sling. Down the Anderson Bridge. This is the first lap of 31 laps to come. And the battles will be close. Obviously Meowcat probably needing to stay on the back of Skittles to have any chance of winning this race. Skittles on the hard compound tyre, looking to go long on the first stint. So yeah, Ferrari P2 and P10 at the moment. Goffey's gained 1 place. The 2 Williams have done well, and so has Dark Phoenix up 6 places as well. Zachary not having the best of starts, as well as Pumpkin dropping 1 place with his 5-second penalty. So Skittles sets the fast lap of the race in his Alpine. But the 7 temp series back in the 1 second. DRS not activated this lap at the moment. But we should see some more stuff up the field, or down the field, sorry. It's the Cub, just on the back of Maddie. Or we just slightly missed Apex, obviously running higher fuel. This track can burn fuel a little bit more, so we want to be about 1.5 laps over tonight. Dark Phoenix already is currently Kano's brother in a Williams sandwich between Paulie and Damo. So any close battles throughout the field? This might be the closest battle we get at the front. Oh no, Damo is probably the closest at the moment. It's currently a Williams sandwich for Dark Phoenix, Kano's brother. But he has gained 8 places on the start. Oh, there's the Haas going very slidey as well. And that's Felty, Rabbit, and Rob. Obviously not liking those medium tyres. Oh, as Damo, the smoke comes out. Oh, there might be a move going on here. It's Kano, and this... It's a virtual safety car now. As Felty and Pumpkin, obviously, collision out the back. There might be some damage here. Doesn't look like he's got a front wing, does he? No, he doesn't have a front wing. Pumpkin's going to come into the pits. He's on hard compound tyres, so obviously wondering what strategy he will be going for as he rolls in. And Felsy's now out of the race. And that's 1 Aston Martin driver gone from this race. You'd probably expect it to happen. The walls are nice and close here, so you probably want to just be patient, hold on the traffic, and let the race come back to you if you're on those hard tyres. There's no need to really make all the moves on the first opening few laps. And we've seen a Williams go into the pits under the virtual safety car. And Skillsy, oh no! Skills, matey. It's a virtual safety car and he's got to drive through now. And that has cost him dearly. And that is going to put him right to the back of the pack. So the Mercedes TP not having his luck today. And we're back racing again. And the closest battle on track is between Skillsy and the 2 TPs, actually. Skillsy obviously having to serve that drive-through, hoping for a safety car late in the race to bring him back. Otherwise, you'd have to say he's in a bit of strife at the moment. He goes a bit deep. Obviously, those tyres, those hard compound tyres, not liking very much. Oh, this is a fight at the front here. M-Bomb and the McLaren. Let's see what M-Bomb can do here. He's right on the back. He's almost pushing the McLaren as War Machine decides he's just not close enough to make the move into turn 1. But we might see, obviously DRS will be open now and War Machine's not within the 1 second of the Ferrari ahead. So we'll see what M-Bomb can do here. Down the Raffles Boulevard. Has he got enough speed? I don't think he's close enough this time around in the turn 7. Little Casper on the new medium tyres sets the fastest lap of the race. Oh, M-Bomb missing. I guess this is a tier 4, so it'll be... Goes a bit deep, War Machine. Looks like these two up the front. Obviously Meow on the medium tyres. Staying reasonably within that 1 second. If he can just stay within that 1 second, you'd say he is set for a good race for the Ferraris. So currently Meowcat leading the tier 4 race at the moment in P2. So it's a Ferrari that leads from a McLaren, and Skittles and his own tier 3 races at the front. But he's doing a good job at the moment. Obviously dropped down and he sets the fastest lap of the race. As Skillsy comes in and obviously slowing his drive through, and the Cub decides to come as well for some reason. Is he pitting or is he following Skillsy in? They both got drive throughs. Also Goppy comes in and there's something happened. No, they're both just serving drive-thrus, and Goffy's got a wing change. Oh, what's happened here? Nutsy. On the main straight. Is in the wall, and he lost a wing. No, it looks like his wing is still intact. Damo sets the fastest lap of the race. So, while we were talking, M-Bomb has got past War Machine in the end. So let's see if War Machine can fight back here. Obviously, a very high pick for driver 48 was War Machine in the tier 4 draft. A very wanted driver, been here since season 1. So heads down the hill. Not much of a hill at Singapore, mostly flat. It is a 5.3 elevation change here. And that's pretty much the only changes down Esplanade Drive. There is an overtaking opportunity, but he's way too far back at the moment. So, currently Red Bulls are doing well. P5 and P6. Obviously, left for dead, hoping to go back to back for his team. Obviously, once in the Williams before resigning and moving to team with a better car. The RB19 really working well for these two. Let's hope some team orders don't have to... Oh, Original Paulie makes the move as Ascari boxes. Does he have a bit of damage? No. So, wondering what strategy he's going on to here. Is he going for a two-stopper? Obviously, if you're on the hard tyres now, you have to be going for a two-stopper, medium from the end. Matty Skills comes out and he's behind his teammate. As something's happened at the back of Casper and he spun around at the last corner. But we're going to go back with Matty Skills. So it's two owners sandwiched in between TP sandwiched by owners. But the Cub is just 4 seconds from Kirko in the W14 Mercedes car. So not much battles at the moment. We do have War Machine, who's right on the back of M-Bomb now. Will he use a bit of battery? M-Bomb, well, War Machine does have the battery advantage, but looks like he might settle for 4th this time around, heading into turn 16. So you're going to find overtaking opportunities as well. Turn 7, turn 1, turn 5 are all overtaking opportunities here. You can get them right. Obviously the hairpin at turn 12, but we have seen some risky moves gone down at the Anderson Bridge hairpin. So at the moment, Red Bulls in P5 and 6, McLaren in P4, chasing down the Haas, who is on the provisional podium. And we have a Ferrari that leads the tier 4 pack, and Meowcat, who's 5 seconds away from the Haas. Oh, they both go wide. Is that track limits for both of them? Maybe. Okay, now Skillsy. They've caught up by a second to Kirko, so Kirko obviously lacking a bit of pace tonight at Marina Bay. So we've obviously got this battle, and we've also got the War Machine battle up front, but we're going to go on board with these two TPs, one for the Mercedes, one for the Aston. Oh, he just tries to hang it around the outside. He got the switch back on. Cub defends the line nice, but Matty forces him to go a bit defensive, but he's lost a bit of touch at the moment. Just couldn't get him to go defensive for the next corner, and he'll try again here. This is the move I'm talking about, the Anderson Bridge hairpin. Or is he going to go for it? Oh, he's gone a bit, they make a little bit of contact. The front left of Matty's hit the rear right off the gearbox. Now he's got DRS. He's going to get a move on. He's going to go for it, Matty. He's going to go for it. And down the inside at turn 14, Esplanade Drive. They're side by side, and is now ahead. Matty's taken, and there's Mercedes up in a P10 and 11 as the Cub just watches on. There's nothing he can do about it, and the Williams and Damos join the fight as well. So Matty's skills now set his eyes on Kirko. Hopefully a bit of a rivalry going on here. What's happened here? There's... ooh. Someone in the wall in Sector 2. That's Casper, he's lost his wing. He's about to get lapped by his teammate, but we're going to go back with this fight here between Ego, Cub. This is a very close fight at the moment between these four. And he's gone wide there, the Cub. Obviously track limits. Oh, something's happened. There's another. It looks like Casper again. Letting these two back with 3 blue flags. You're gonna box. Got a box. Skills gets past. Oh, what's happened to Kirko? What's happened here? We need to know. And Kirko looks like he's had a bit of a moment. And it's the Cub this time looking right on the back of the diffuser of the Mercedes. Here we go. It's the Cub. Just has a look and says, no, I'm not going to go for it yet. We need to catch up to this pack, but looks like the Cub has got a little bit more pace at the moment. Looks like these hards might be coming in a bit later. But Skillsy and Damo going down the inside on Skillsy. They're going wheel to wheel, and it's very close. And Damo gets the move done up into P10 as we get to see a few track limit violations being handed out. Nutsy and of course Pumpkin before. Casper's... oh, there's something happened at the back. There's something happened at the back, and it's a safety car now. So it will make racing redundant, and that is a big crash for Casper. Obviously, wondering what's going on with Casper. He obviously is looking like he's crashing into every wall of this race and caused an unnecessary safety car. Wonder if this is some team tactic. Hopefully not. We've known what's happened at Singapore before. If we ever need flashbacks.
Thank you for
For
your
2008.
patronage.
But we don't mention that anymore. So, we'll see what these front runners do. So, Skittles in the pits. Obviously, what strategy he's going to go for is he doing? And it looks like they've got hard tyres, those guys, and mediums. Wow. But he's got to serve a front wing change as well. This might put Meowcat in the lead. It has. It's a Ferrari leading the Grand Prix. The Singapore Grand Prix is being led by a Scuderia Ferrari, and it's Meowcat, not Goffy, Meowcat. And he is probably on the better strategy now to take those tyres to the end. I reckon Skills might have to buff the end. It might be a stretch to get those mediums all the way to lap 31. He's going to have to do 21 laps on those tyres. Unless he protects the heck out of it. They're not going to make it to the end. Paulie comes in. Everyone's come in at the back Kano's brother, Dark Phoenix, Rob's come in, Zach's come in, Damo, the Cub, all putting on a new mediums. Goffy stayed out. Goffy has stayed out on 5-lap old hards. Is this some sort of strategy call that they've been talking about pre-race? But both Ferraris in a good position at the moment. Obviously, one looking for the race win, and one's looking to get and squeeze into that top 8, top 10. Here's Pumpkin serving his 5-second penalty. And he puts hard compound tyres on that, the C3s in this race. No soft tyres yet have occurred, maybe if there's a safety car late in the race. But now we've had a virtual safety car and a safety car. So here we are, chat. Who is in prime position at the moment? Who do we think? Obviously, we have Skittles in here, but who else do we think is going to be fighting for that podium? We've got the likes of the Ferrari, we've got War Machine, War's up there, Red Bull, new champ. Skillsy's come back up after his drive-through, obviously staying out on those hards. Wondering if that's the right call. Kirko as well. They managed to get past Kirko. So at the moment, it does look like the Ferrari is in the box seat. Unless the likes of War Machine can really make their mark on the medium tyre. They will be through a little bit of traffic at Singapore. Obviously not the easiest track to overtake, but would need to get past to make advantage of those tyres while they're still brand new and fresh. So we've still got Pumpkin to catch up to the pack as well. So don't think the safety car will come in this lap. We have now 2 drivers out this race now, so 17 remain. We've lost an Alpine and we've lost an Aston, 2 teams that start with A. One team obviously is run by Duck, one of the owners of the league. But his driver is also up in the P2. So hopefully he will score some points for Alpine before he makes his move back up to probably Tier 3 at the end of this race. So he better enjoy it while he can. Hopefully this is his first race for Wallaby, so will he be one of those names that win their first race on debut? Will he get his maiden Wallaby win in round 1 for the opening round of the season as the safety car stays out one more lap? Obviously the Alfa Romeo team kick Stake Sauber is catching up to the pack still. At the moment, we did see the Red Bulls in P5 and P6, but Hannah's brother has dropped back a little bit after having to double stack, it looks like, with new champ. So it hasn't hurt his strategy. It has hurt his strategy a little bit. He has lost a few places in the pits. So we'll see what... But it looks like the Mercedes are right now in a comfortable position. P6 and 7, hopefully they don't get swallowed by the likes of Paul Elite, Hannah's brother, and Rob. Maybe even Damo. Damo's got to get past Goffy as soon as possible if you are a Williams TP, obviously like myself, on the fresher compound. Hoping probably to go to a medium soft, hoping for that safety car right at the end to help these medium runners just get onto a different compound. Because they can make, if Skittles and War Machine can get into the lead, and there's a safety car right at the end, all drivers are going to come in for softs. So we see the Alfa Romeo catch up to the pack now. So the safety car should come in this lap. And we would have just under 19 laps to go in this Grand Prix. And currently on the provisional podium, it is Meowcat on hard tyres to go to the end. Skittles and War Machine. Obviously those medium runners will struggle to get those tyres to the end of the race. So you'd probably hope for them a safety car, probably around about lap 22, 23 would be a perfect window for them, or they probably won't even be near the fight, because those hards will easily, well I won't say easily, but they'll get to the end, and those having to make another stop will be 20 seconds behind, unless the likes of these medium runners can get past Meowcat now, as we see the restart, and it's Meowcat, he's already gone, and Skittles wasn't left hanging as we go, and that is a good start for War Machine as well. And there's a hash right on his tail, but there's a few moves at the back. There's Goffy going side by side, very close. Oh, there's a little bit of contact. Oh, there is more contact, and it's the two Ferrari powered engines, and that is, oh, there's another car on his inside, and that is Damo. He's gone for a little bit of a lunge up the inside of turn 3, and he makes the move stick. Obviously, oh, there's front wing, and there's Zachary, and there's a front wing gone for Damo, and there's Ferraris everywhere, and there's wing and debris all over the track down at turn 5. And Nutsy's lost some places as well, trying to brave on the brakes around the outside, and there's a car that goes wide, that's Damo, and he's letting everyone by, and he's ghosted. Oh, Zachary and Zachary. The two Zachs going at it. Pumpkin now. Damo, obviously, damage, I think. Yes, he has got damage. And he's left. He's retired on track. Oh my goodness, wow. Wait, that's an instant penalty. That is an instant penalty for the Williams team. It's not what you want, but we're up the front here now. We're not gonna, well, I'm not gonna be bothered worrying about that. That's Cub has gone track limits, 3-second penalty. Now Skittles on those medium compounds right on the back of the Ferrari is perilously just catching on the fresher compound. Not gonna get a move on, but he's just not close enough into turn 1 now. We go. We turn left hand and in the hairpin for turn 3. Still looking, but there's still some moves being done down the field. And Rob and M-Bomb, sorry, in the hash right on the back of War Machine. They look for a move. Obviously got to have his front left or front right rear axle, front axle alongside the side pod of his car. Not close enough this time in turn 8. All on that curb. So Williams struggling a little bit. Paulie is our last driver. There's something happened at the back, and this is the Cub. And he spun around down at turn 8. The Logan Sargent ring wall from the Singapore Grand Prix in real life. But has he got any damage to that car? Looks like his front wing is still intact. And Skittles now takes the lead of the race. We missed that, and War Machine right on the back of Meowcat. As Meowcat defends his hard, he defends the inside. War Machine just can't get past, and Meowcat lives to fight another lap. Obviously desperate to get past. Oh, there's something happening at the back, and Pumpkin's out, and this is going to be another safety car. It will. It will. So you'd think the likes of Matty Skills would come in now. Maybe Kirko and Zachary for mediums to go to the end. But that is another safety car. And this is very poor driving from Tier 4 lads. This will be our second safety car of the night. We're at lap 15, 16 laps to go. And do we see some drivers coming in? Kirko's come in, and Zachary, obviously, we thought they would come in as well. Is this a good stop? Oh, front left. Oh, he's got to serve a penalty as well, I think, Kirko. Maybe not. That front left tyre. Obviously, the wheel jack not working as intended. But you'd see probably Matty Steele's coming. You should have to come in now if you're on Matty Steele's. Back again, and we do see back in P5 and 6 the two Red Bulls, New Champ and Dark Phoenix. So we'll see what these guys can do. Under safety car conditions for the second time tonight. Who do we think's going to win the first Tier 4 race Wallaby in history? This will go down in the history books. It'd be a chaotic first race.
Thank you for your patronage.
We'll see who can outclass the track in these hot conditions out on track for these drivers. Obviously, oh, it's gone into neutral. So we'll probably say, let's see Matty Skills come in here. He's got to come in. Yes, he has come in. This will send him all the way to probably the back of the grid. He'll probably be behind Kirko. Skills, good stop for him. Haas, bit slow on the rear right. Just held a little bit longer and couldn't jump Skillsy in the pit lane under that pit stop. But currently the Mercedes, when we just thought they were in a good position in P6 and 7, they are now P13 and P14, just barely climbing the jungle tree onto the back of the points. And Red Bull all over them at the moment. We obviously thought there was going to be a rivalry between the Mercedes and the Red Bull this season. Obviously, in real life there was, and Season 6 is probably no different. Starting off at the Singapore Grand Prix of Tier 4. So the safety car should come in this lap, essentially. Now, that will leave us with 15 laps. The mediums of Kirko should get to the end. Those mediums that stayed out might struggle. I would have thought Meowcat would have come into the pits, but obviously opting to stay out. Bit of a hard track to overtake. Obviously you probably want track position here as most important. Track position is key as the safety car is coming in this lap. So we're back racing again. And War Machine hasn't looked like he's close enough this time. But poorly into P6, gained 1 place and New Champs lost 2. But we have a fight at the back here. It's the Williams and the Red Bull. RB19 versus the W45. And M-Bomb gets past War Machine. They're going very tight into Singapore Sling, and there's 3 cars on the back of this pack. Into the Anderson Bridge, hairpin, no dive bomb sent. Oh, it was a little bit close, and he's almost gone a bit deep there, Dark Phoenix. As we see some moves at the back, and Scoffy and the Cub having to just back out of that move. And that allows Zachary to come through in the McLaren, and it looks like a traffic light at the moment. It's red, it's yellow, and it's green, and it might be a yellow going down the inside of the red light, and red light gets him back. And it's Ferrari back in the lead, and we're back to the traffic light formation again. The question is it green for go? Is it green for the Cub? He's got the inside line, they're neck and neck. Is he going to go for it here? Just backs off ever so slightly on yellow light. Is he finding the gap? The Cub, as we make the move right-handed into turn 5. As Goffey loses this pack, obviously probably should have boxed under that safety car. But he's going to get absolutely swallowed here by these two. Green light going for the send, and it's going to be the Cub. As Zachary goes a bit wide, he comes back on the track, but he's lost his place. So the Cub obviously putting the McLaren in an awkward position. And currently it's red light, green light, yellow light here at the Singapore Grand Prix. Is there going to be a move happen here? No. Aston just backs off ever so slightly. 3-second time penalty for Skittles. Obviously not helping his campaign for the win either. It's the Cub. Oh, going defensive is Goffey, but he's got a bit slidey on those rears. Both of them have. Now into turn 14, 15 we come. Is there going to be a move happening here? He goes to the outside, and the Cub is just going for it, and he's gone late on the brakes and commits to the move. And that is a wonderful move for the Cub. Absolutely putting that red light out of its way and saying, I'm going to go for it into turn 16. And he gets the move done up in a P9. We go is the Aston, the TP, just showing the other TPs how it's done at the moment here at the Singapore Grand Prix. War Machine also gets the penalty. And what's happening is Zachary spins at turn 1. Paulie out to P6. And M-Bomb right on the back of Meowcat now. We got a move at the back, and it's Paulie versus new champ Williams and Red Bull. Is Paulie going to go for it? No, he just has a think and says, no, not yet. The question is, when will he go? When will he want to overtake? When will he want to attack? Has no battery at the moment. Both of them have no battery. We have a little bit of a DRS train forming here. But that move on the Cub was on Goffey. The Cub was sensational. One of the overtakes of the week so far of the season, because it's been one of the only great dive bombs we've had of the season. Nice, fair, clean. At the moment, oh, we have a little bit of battle pack here from Meowcat all the way up to Dark Phoenix. They're all flashing as it's going to go down the inside. Is Dark Phoenix on War Machine? And War Machine gets a bit on the curve, and that allows Dark Phoenix to just sweep on by and says, thank you, I'm up in the P4, and he's going to go set after M-Bomb for the podium place. Obviously, a few new names tonight, for me, at least. We haven't seen Meowcat race Skittles before. I don't think we've seen Phoenix before. New champ, obviously returning after being a reserve last season. Nutsy, Paulie. We haven't seen Zach before. So where's the move going to be done? It's Paulie versus Nutsy. Nutsy on the outside. Can he brake a little bit later, go around the outside? Just doesn't see the gap and has to go a bit wide. A bit brave, trying to hang it around the outside of turn 7, you'd say. Obviously both drivers hard at racing and keeping it clean. But he looks like he's going to run out of field here. He's yellow light at the moment. So Nazi, is anyone else yellow? It looks like it's just Nazi, so the question is, will he make it up to the race? And Dark Phoenix, while we've gone, he has got himself up into the provisional podium. And M-Bomb obviously knocked off the battery to stay. Skillsy gets the move done on the Cub as they go wheel to wheel down Esplanade Drive into turn 14, and the Cub might have the switch back on here. Here goes the Cub. Can he do what he did to Goffy? Will he show another TP how it's done? He just thinks he's a bit too far back. He was a bit closer last time around. New champ, 5 seconds speeding in the pit lane's a safety car. What's gone on here? What has happened? And it's Kirko! And it's Kirko. He's out of the race, and that's one Mercedes gone now. As we see some of the drivers starting the pull in the pit lane, as Skillsy stays out. Probably a good call if you're Skillsy. Now the question is, this helps the medium runners, like we said before. That lap 21 to 23 pit window will now open up. You'd see the likes of the Alpine come in, the Ferrari come in, the Red Bull, and War Machine all the way down. Maybe Skillsy and a Scar as Zachary can stay out. So that's 5 DNFs so far this race, and everyone is getting points, it looks like. You'd think Matty Skills would pick up the pace a little bit. Obviously might have a bit of a delta, but would want to get out ahead of... He might get ahead out of Skittles if he stays out. Does he want the track position? Which is more important? Tyre life? Or track position? At Singapore, I'd rather go track position, so the likes of Matty and Zachary, I would stay out. But the rest, I'd be coming in for some soft tyres. Certainly have had an interesting race. We've got 10 laps to go, and we're under safety car conditions, under yellow flag conditions. We see Skittles coming into the box now. Softs, yes, we do. And is it a Ferrari coming in? Is he coming? Yes, he is. Obviously, everyone coming in for some brand spanking new soft tyres, some C3s. This is the first time we'll see the C5 tyres the entire race. As we said earlier, if there's a late chance of a safety car, we might see the drivers pulling in, but I would stay out if I was Matty. Yes, no, that's cutting the line of pit entry. That could be a penalty if someone puts that in. But Zachary stays in and will now be our new race leader. Unless Skittles comes out ahead. Is he going to come out ahead? Is Zachary into turn 1? It's going to be P2. He's going to have to settle for second. Most drivers coming into the medium. I would have thought the softs comfortably get to the end of now. Because there will still be a lap and a half under safety car conditions. So these tyres only need to go 9 laps. 8 laps even. What do you think, chat? Softs or mediums to the end? What do we think? Do you think which is the best tyre to be on if you're one of the drivers out there right now, all up to P14? I personally want to be on the softest tyre. So I easily think you can get 8 laps, but some of the drivers must have different strategies. So what's going to happen here? Obviously, Iconic Skittles with the pace hasn't been able to pull away. Skittles with this 3-second time penalty always seems to lose races of track limit penalties. Wonder where he could get track limit penalties at Singapore. Obviously, into turn 1 exit, turn 5 entry, possibly turn 7 exit as well. Otherwise, exit of 14, Esplanade, right back there. On the exit there, there's that little gap. So we're thinking the meds are better, do we? Blob Drip says so. But obviously Skittles is in the box position. If he can pull 3 seconds from Izachary, Izachary's going to get swallowed. He just needs to keep the likes of Meowcat, Phoenix, M-Bomb, War Machine, New Champ, Polly. Well, pretty much everyone's come in, except for Felty and Izachary. So these guys are going to get swallowed. So will we see a podium here for Phoenix, obviously in his first drive in league racing, I would have thought, unless he's league raced before, I'm not quite sure, but looking to get on the podium for Tier 4 will be his first race, first podium, see what he can do. Even a win is on the cards possible from here. Oh, you're not Glob Drip, sorry. You're OC Birdie then. Sorry about that. Is that correct? I agree, left. I think Red Bulls have been strong with their strategy out tonight. With the safety cars, obviously looking to go onto new compound tyre, but New Champ has some other ideas on the other side of the Red Bull garage, going onto the C4 medium tyres, the yellow stripe tyres. So the safety car should come in this lap. Yes, it has. It's going to come in this lap, and it's going to be Skittles leading the way. He will now essentially become the safety car, as Izachary is doing the old Max Verstappen, trying to get alongside his side pod. We'll see what can Ferrari and a Red Bull conjure up here in these final 8 laps. Obviously AlphaTauri is now in P2, but how long will he stay? Or will he fall back? How far will he fall back? There's a lot of questions to be asked, and it's Skittles going to be leading the way. And he's off. And we're underway back at the restart. And he's caught Izachary napping on those tyres. And he's already pulled 6/10. Meowcat a little bit far back too. And Stark Phoenix going for a send on Meowcat. Little bit of contact at the way he forces Meowcat off the track. He rejoins safely. But behind the Red Bull. Oh, there's a spinner at the back and it's M-Bomb and he's in the wall. And it's a crazy restarts happening. Paulie's gained a place from that collision there between Meowcat. Was that a dangerous re-entry? Was he forced off? So many questions. But Phoenix is now onto the podium places and up in the P3, chasing after Izachary. And it's 2 seconds the gap between Skittles and Izachary. You'd think he'd have to get past as soon as possible on these tyres. Is there a move coming here? We can smell a move. Izachary gets a little bit loose on exit into 9. On the newer compound, looking to get past it. Some moves through the field. M-Bomb has to just concede in the Cub, making some places as well. Oh, and there's a... Did I just see an AlphaTauri? No. And Phoenix gets past Izachary, and there's collisions at the back everywhere. At the hairpin. War Machine, they're going 2 wide into Esplanade Drive. And there's some McLaren in P5, and he stamps his foot. And he's going to chase after New Champ. 1 lap fresher tyres. New Champ with the 5-second time penalty, obviously, as well. This is a close midfield battle, and they're going to go 2 wide. Polly's going for it. Oh, there's contact. And the Cub is pushed wide at the final corner, and Polly gets out ahead. Was that a little bit of a sneaky move as Meowcat tries to hang it on the outside. Oh, that was some crazy restart moment. We're only 2 laps in. The question is, Phoenix needs to pull in this 3 seconds. And he's got himself a race win. It's a enthralling 6 laps we've got left here at the Singapore Grand Prix. The lights are up. And we have 6 laps to go. The heat is on. tonight. And this, oh, War Machine's out! And there might be another safety car, there's going to be another safety car. Zachary has to come in now, and those medium runners has to come in, and does not help Skittles at all. With his time penalty, new champ, you think, also come in to serve his 5-second time penalty as well. Let's have a look at the penalties as well. So 5 seconds to new champ, obviously probably wanting to come and serve that. 3 seconds for Skittles, 3 seconds for the Cub. Nutsy with 3 seconds. And the Ferrari, the TP. Machine, he was on track for a podium as well, and he's thrown that out the window. He's thrown the cards out, he's thrown the jokers out, and we have left with spades, jacks, queens. So Skittles coming in, is he? He stayed out. Phoenix stays out as well, obviously looking for track position. Zachary comes in, not surprised. New champ also looking to come in to take that 5 seconds off. Good call, I reckon. But he's lost so much track position, new champ. But he's better to remove the 5-second penalty. Everyone comes in at the back. It's Matty Skills also comes in. There's Aston Martin in, Alpha Tauri. 6 of the 10 teams are in. Felty's also in. Matty Skills with a wing change. Goffey also wing change. New champ serving his 5-second penalty. New champ just squeezes out ahead, and it's currently in the pit lane order. It's Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, and there's a Haas as well, just squeezing in between those two. Will we see Phoenix get it done? Will we see him become a first-time race winner tonight? In the first, he will go down in Wallaby history if he wins tonight. So will Skittles, so will M-Bomb. They're all in the fight tonight. So we've got 5 laps to go. We're just clocking 40 minutes at tier 3. So hopefully we are good to go. Everyone from P8 down on brand spanking new soft tyres. The question is now, everyone on these soft tyres, if they're not in traffic and they are in clean air, they can steal the fastest lap. Obviously, the fastest lap awarded to the top 15 drivers at Wallaby Racing. So that could be a handy extra snabby point for... But positions can change. We still have probably 3 laps of racing to go after the safety car comes in at the Singapore Grand Prix. So let's see who's gained places so far. Looks like Paulie's gone up the most. Phoenix up, obviously will be driver of the day if he can snatch this race win. Obviously starting from last on the grid. From P19, crashing out in qualifying, what a race he's had. Strategy and everything has gone his way. Original Paulie looking for that podium, he's smelling it. Obviously, if they can all hang within Skittles. Skittles probably should have come in, you'd say. But maybe not. Maybe he wants track position. Maybe he thinks he can pull 3 seconds. War Machine crashed out, and this is what caused this safety car driver. So we've got 1 driver out of the 6 out of 10 teams. So Ferrari hoping to bag some points tonight, as well as Red Bull. Currently Alpha Tauri sitting in the best position. That's Truo's Gamer, obviously with Nutsy and Zachary looking good with P6 and 8. And the safety car is going to come in this lap, and that means we're going to have 4 laps of racing. So this is the 3rd safety car we've had of the race. Hopefully tier 3 will have less tonight, which starts in just over 30 minutes. If you guys want to stick around at the end of this stream, we'll go offline at the end of this race after interviews and stuff, and tier 3 will be live. And there's a few contenders up for tier 3, as we see Skittles looking to get going, and he has got going. Has he? Yes, he has. And the Red Bull's already on his inside. And he gets a bit loose, and there's a bit of contact there. M-Bomb. New Champ's retired. New Champ's now out. And that's another Red Bull gone. That's another team out. And that's 7 teams now without a driver, with only one. We've got Ferrari with 2. And Nutsy's gone now too. And this might be another safety car. It's the safety car limit being capped. And now 8 drivers are out. So Ferrari is and Haas are the only 2 teams with 2 drivers left in the race. So this is a big battle pack at the moment. It's Phoenix chasing after Skittles as he gets a bit slidey. He's got to pull 3 seconds as long as he stays within the 3. Oh, Zachary, and oh boy, this has gone crazy at the moment. We've only got 9 drivers left. So everyone is going to finish in the top 9. Now, as I think Zachary and Newchamp and Nutsy should all get points because they did finish. I'm just going to check the calculator. Did they finish in 25%? 90%. We are going to check. So they crashed on lap 28 out of 31. So they did just finish 90% of the race. As long as they cross the checkered flag for lap 28, they should still get points. So I think the likes of New Champ in P13 will still pick up the P13 points. But it's now Iconic Skittles with the fastest lap on the medium tyre, and he's pulling away. Looks like Phoenix is in the box seat for the win here. Meowcat in P5, and it's Goffy in the last of the running cars. Another warning, and Skittles is going to be fuming, and he's got 6 seconds. I'm just going to put him right back, probably up in the P5 Meowcat and Skills area. So at the moment, our provisional race leader is Dark Phoenix, followed by M-Bomb, and Paulie is on the podium at the moment as it stands. We'll see a Red Bull race win as it stands at the moment, a Haas in P2, and a Williams and my guys in P3. So we're hoping to get the podium, but he's perilously getting chased down by Meowcat and Skills. He doesn't look like he's got the pace on those soft compound tyres. Can't stick with the Ferrari. There's another incident happened at the back. What's happened here? No, there's yellow flags just drawn out. 3-second time penalty for Felty Rabbit. Obviously everyone's in the points now, so no need to be very desperate with the moves. Points is all that matters, as Goffy is getting close. He's not going to have the move. He's got battery, but he's not going to have the move this time around. His DRS is now enabled. We have 2 laps to go of racing. We have just under 10 kilometers. 2 laps to go. We go through turn 3, and it's Skittles at the moment who on track is leading as the car received track limits.
Thank you for
as
your
well.
patronage.
But at the moment, it's Phoenix who leads the race after penalties. M-Bomb, at the moment, we'll check the gap to the leader. Paulie just needs to stay within that 6 seconds, and he's in a podium. Meowcat needs to stay within the 6 seconds as well. So we'll leave it at leader for a second, just to see as he falls out the 6 seconds. And Paulie also as well falls out the 6 seconds. And he's losing time massively. Phoenix now, can he get within the DRS? So moves happening at the back. There's Meowcat, this Skillsy, there's this battle pack here. with the F1 original Paulie, they're losing time to Skittles. So, as Meowcat goes for a move down the inside on Paulie, has he got the move to stick? And Matty Skills says, if you're going to go for it, I'm having a look too, but can't eat up dinner. And he's a bit far back. We've got 1 lap to go in this race. As soon as they cross the checkered flag or the start-finish line one last time. We have 9 cars on the final laps. Skillsy all a big snap. Is Meowcat going to the inside? No, he doesn't. He's a bit far back. We're going to stay on board with Meowcat. This is the closest battle on track for P4. Obviously, Skittles with his time penalty is now going to finish on the podium into P3. But Dark Phoenix looks like he's got this wrapped up. But Meowcat with the DRS. Paulie struggling. Skillsy's got it too. Does he move? Does he go for it? Skillsy! Has he done it? Has he? Forces Paulie to go the long way around. He forces him defensive. Skills brake, late on the brakes. There's a little bit of contact. And it is the Mercedes overtaking the Mercedes powered car and the Williams. And they're flying away already as Paulie's struggling on his soft tyres at the moment. The Cub yellow flags pulled out. Who's at the back? That's Rob. Skills already pulled 2.5 seconds. But we have to go on board with Phoenix. We've got 1 sector to go. All he has to do is not crash coming into 16, 17, 18, 19 corners. It's been his first race in the Red Bull. And it's going to be KO's brother, Dark Phoenix, that wins the Singapore Grand Prix. And it's Skittles who finishes in P2. And it's a Haas in P3 that rounds off the podium. And the Ferrari in P4 with 9 finishes in this race. But Phoenix takes the Red Bull and takes the first Tier 4 race around the Marina Bay Street Circuit. Wow, the crowd will be loving that one. I'm sure Left 4 Dead is very happy with his drivers at the moment. Obviously, new champ, a bit unlucky with his incident, but what a race we've had. 9 finishes, 3 safety cars, and Dark Phoenix wins in his first race in Wallaby. You couldn't ask for from last to first as well. Obviously, driver of the day. Pretty happy that, I would imagine. As we go to the podium, we're going to get these 3 in. As he wins his first race, in his first race. Well, we saw a Ferrari in real life. We didn't see a Red Bull on the podium, but now we do. It's Left 4 Dead, and it's Red Bull. And Phoenix, who's on the top step of the podium. As we're going to run through the grid here, it's Phoenix in P1 in his first race. Skittles P2 after having his track limit time penalties with 6 seconds. Obviously not great if you're in his position, obviously winning on track. M-Bomb in third. Ferrari P4 and P7. Goffey's going to be happy with that. Paulie in P6, overtaken by Skillsy on the final lap. P5, the Cub in P8, Rob having his little moment in P9, and everyone else besides that, well, these 3 should be classified. New champ, maybe not. Doesn't look like new champ classified in the race, not 90%. So Nutsy finishes off the points at the moment, and everyone else DNF'd. All the way up to the new driver in